Well, hello. My name is Matthew Corey, and I struggle with bipolar and depression. I've struggled with it for years. I have my testimony up on here about how I became a Satanist, and when I was in my 20s, and I got into drugs, and I was a Christian for a long time, and before that, and but I just veered off the path, and I've become a Christian since. And man, I'm telling you, some days, I struggle to get out of bed. I live in a community right now for low-income housing, and it's rough, it's tough, but I'm working on a book right now called Believe to Achieve, Achieving Success Through Faith in God. It's been a long struggle. I've gone through a suicide attempt. That was about 9 years ago. And I was on the psych meds, and I had just done LSD a number of months before my suicide attempt. I was a virgin, and I thought, oh man, I had a complex, about being a virgin, and it was just terrible, But the thing is that's where, if you're struggling with bipolar right now and depression, anxiety, all of those things, don't give up hope, because the thing is, talk to your doctor about your medications, because that was one thing I was not doing, is I was not communicating enough with my prescriber about medications that I was taking, and that's why I had so much anxiety. But the Lord delivered me from anxiety. I asked for prayer on Facebook from people, and from my parents, and from different people in my life, and I don't have anxiety anymore. It's great. For those of you who have bipolar and depression, and you know about anxiety, anxiety will just drive you up the walls. It's terrible. It's absolutely just inhibiting. It just sucks the life out of you. It's a struggle every day. You're just like the smallest little thing. Just going to the grocery store, it's like, oh my gosh. It's like, oh man, I gotta go to the grocery store. Oh my gosh, I gotta get up. I gotta shower. Just the stuff that people take every day that just the average person takes for granted. If you got bipolar and depression, you're just like, oh my gosh, You're just like, man, this is killing me, And so I know exactly what you're going through if you're on psych meds and you've got bipolar and depression. But I'm telling you, having God in your life and having the Lord in your life is huge in helping with that. Being a Christian, if I wasn't a Christian, I don't know what I'd do. When it comes to that, I'd probably still be having anxiety and all kinds of problems, But I know when I got off of a bunch of medications, that helped an absolute ton. My doctor took me off of like an antidepressant and a side effect drug that was causing anxiety. And man, I'm up now at sometimes I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I have more energy, and somebody might think that's mania or something, and it can be mania to an extent, but this is more, now I have more energy to get out and do things, and one of my goals is to become a motivational speaker and talk to people about the struggles with bipolar and depression and anxiety, and what it's like for people who live in low-income housing and live on Social Security, what it's like every single day going through that. It's a mess, but the thing is you can pull through. And for even those of you who don't have bipolar and don't have anxiety and all these chronic problems or mental illness, you can succeed in your life too. And be grateful that you don't have that stuff holding you back every single day, because there's lots of us who struggle with it every single day. And I mean, just having a regular job is impossible for a lot of us, because these medications we're on cause anxiety and cause all these side effects. But we have to have the medication, or else we'll do crazy stuff. I mean, I've done absolutely crazy stuff when I'm off my medications. I've punched a cop before. One time I was at a Hooters. I punched a cop. I was off my medications, and didn't know what I was doing. I mean, I've gone streaking before in the middle of the day off my medications, got arrested for that, and fortunately I'm not a sex offender, so I got off lucky with that. But, there's just, there's hope, for those of us who are struggling with mental illness. And I just want to give you that word of encouragement today that, you can get past the anxiety and the chronic depression, and just struggling with it every day. So that's my word of encouragement for the day. And Matthew Corey again, and hope to talk to you again soon.